So let me click on the T1, time horizon 1 name here. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to enter the first lesson or the first module or the first time horizon, or however you want to refer to it. And let me show you what you see there. What you see there. It will show you, obviously, I have already completed, so I have a check mark. That means that I have already completed. You should not have this because you have not completed it yet. And if I click here on next category, it will take me to time horizon number 2. So I don't want to go there yet. I want to show you there is always some type of video or some information. Now, one of the things that we are using in this course is the fact that everything you share with your clients, you need to know what you are sharing. Okay, you cannot send somebody a video that you have never watched. You cannot send somebody a document that you have never read. You can never send somebody an image that has a message that you never read, that you never saw. So every time, and that's part of the training here, that we are going to send or we're going to share through social media anything with anybody, in this class, in these sections, we will see it together. We will see what is it that we are sending to people. So the video that you see here is part of what you're going to be sharing with people. And all the materials that you see here are things that you're going to be sharing now. You're going to see a section that says downloads. These are all the different materials that you're going to be downloading or you're going to be sharing or you're going to be using with your clients. So we have put there all the materials that you need to use to execute this mashup. I mean, I'm really proud of what we're doing. We obviously need to improve and take some glitches out, like, for example, me starting with the wrong presentation this morning. But I mean, we have advanced and we have developed something that I believe is incredible. Our objective is to make you become a monster in digital marketing, an animal in digital marketing, to make you sell and to make you use all elements and all aspects and all tools and all channels of digital marketing. And this is the system that we're using for that. For again, we have here all the documents that you're going to be needing for time horizon 1, which in this case is week 1, but I don't want to call it week because I don't want to box you into the concept that is weeks. Again, it can be days, it can be hours, it can even be minutes. In the first minute, in the 5th minute, in the 10th minute, I send this message, then I send this message, then I send that message, okay? But in this case, it's time horizon 1 or week 1 as we saw. So these are the materials. And the first step, the first thing that I want you to do is to visualize again what is it that you're trying to accomplish. So remember, so I'm sharing with you again what we show you in the presentation, and that is your mashup. Okay, so you have that total picture here, total picture. Now remember, you are on T1, so you're going to just be executing the first level. Okay, next week you're going to do T2, the following week you will do T3, and the following week you will do T4. But I always want you to keep in your mind the whole picture and all the channels that you're being using. Now, another very important thing, when we were developing this concept, and again, AIG is basically the first company, the first basically in any line of business. I have not seen this in any other line of business with any other carrier or any other company. But when they first started, back then, direct mail was, and let me do it like this so you see it better, was a very important channel, like telemarketing, okay? So in the mashup, they still include direct mail. Well, guess what? They just disappeared direct mail from the mashup, as the phone disappeared a while ago from any type of channel to sell. So these organizations that are looking into the future are giving us the hints of what are the channels that you need to use. So again, you still see this one in direct mail, but this week, for the things that we're going to be doing, the other 4 mashups that we have with AIG, we will not be using direct mail. Well, we are replacing direct mail with a e-newsletter. So you are going to have your own newsletter, and we're going to feed you, we're going to provide you with the articles that you are going to post in that e-newsletter and that you're going to share with your clients. So we are replacing, again, we're going to execute this one with direct mail. And my recommendation is don't do it, because that you're going to spend money and you have to do, you have to do, spend some money that I don't want you to spend. But we still have it here because it was part of the Mashup structure up till now. But with the next Mashup, we will replace direct mail with an e-newsletter. So now you have materials to share with your blog, if you have a blog, or you can create a blog and you call it an e-newsletter. I mean, you can do many different things using digital marketing. So here we have the Mashup: email, direct mail, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. And again, we have all the different events, okay? So we remember, when you see anything in red, that's instructions for you. When you see anything in red, those are instructions for you. When you see anything that is highlighted, that's a link to something else. So that will be a link. This is linking to something else. And something that you might be familiar with or not is this weird sequence of words and numbers. That's what we call a bit.ly shortener, okay? And that is when you want to send somebody to some type of address, digital address that is very long, you can replace that long sequence of characters for something very short. That way you don't put something really long there. That's a shortener. And bit.ly is the main provider of shorteners in the country today. And we'll show you in another occasion how to generate these bit.lys, and you can generate it for anything that you want. But for now, they are already generated for you. So when you see something like this, that's a bit.ly shortener. And that is basically a link. If you see that it's underlined, and all bit.lys are underlined because they are a link to somewhere else. So now you understand what a bit.ly, when I talk about a bit.ly or a shortener, what we're talking about. So you're going to see some of that. You see it here, you see it here, and you see it here, etc. And then you also have hashtags. And you have hashtags. And hashtags are also very important in digital marketing. We're going to have a whole short course on hashtags and why you need to master hashtags and the power associated with properly using hashtags. So I'm not going to get into the specifics today. Again, what I want to do is I want to make sure we execute the Mashup, but you need to make sure that you understand the fact that everything in a structure like this, you need to understand what is it and how you use it. And eventually, through all this digital marketing training, you're going to hopefully learn how to do everything. So again, the whole image there, that is your whole workload. This is 1 month of marketing for life insurance using digital marketing. That's what you have in front of you. 1 month of marketing for life insurance using digital marketing. And you can use many different products and many different time horizons, and you're going to be doing marketing, digital marketing, in many different ways. Now, if we go to step number two down here, I'm going to scroll down, and you're going to go to step number 2, and we're going to start getting specific. So you have the email instructions, and you have the direct mail instructions, and you have the LinkedIn instructions, and you have the Facebook instructions, and you have the Twitter instructions. Okay, by the way, please make comments. I want you to say something. I want you to start interacting. Okay, it's going to help me, and it's going to help all our team. We have a large group of people working on these things. Using your feedback, which is very important, we want to make sure we get better. We have a huge advantage over everybody else. I'm sorry, I think We have a huge advantage over everybody else today in the country using these concepts. Nobody else is using something like this. At least I have not seen it, and I have looked around a lot. And we want to keep that advantage for as much time as possible. And we want to make sure that we keep improving on it. So your feedback for everything that we do is very important. So please, the point is, please make sure that you give us comments on whatever we're doing, because believe me, we want feedback. We need feedback. We want to know where we are. Okay. So now I'm going to execute the mashup. So here is my email. Again, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I know what is it that we're sending. So I'm going to click on this message here, 4 reasons you need life insurance. And I'm going to click on it. And basically it downloaded something. So it's going to download something into your computer. So when you click on the 4 reasons you need life insurance, it's going to download something into your computer. But again, it's the same document that you saw here. So it's here also. So basically, when you click on those links, it's going to download some of these documents. I just want you to know that it's the same document. We just have it through the link, but we have also put everything together for you in this section here. Let me change this. In this section here, so that you have all the documents that you need to execute this week's mashup. So when I clicked on the link, what I ended up doing is it ended up downloading for me these clients' emails, life insurance, etc. So let me check on the document. I'm going to open the document. And it's a Word document. Make sure you enable editing. Make sure you enable editing. By the way, it's time to get organized. So my recommendation is I want you to, all of you in your computers, open a file. The most important file that you're going to have in your computer for the rest of your life. Okay? It's going to be called Digital Marketing with the American Institute of Digital Marketing, Inc. So you're going to have your file there. And you're going to start putting order to that file. You can say a mashup on this or mashup on that, or week or by weeks. You can have it by mashups or you can have it by weeks. But I want you to open a folder where you're going to start putting all the materials and all the information that you are going to be using in all of this. So I would recommend you that you download this document and put it in that folder under Life Insurance Basics Mashup, if you want, Life Insurance Basic Mashup, and make sure that every week 1 or T1, because you need to make sure that you don't confuse T1 with T2, because if you do that, you're going to end up sending them on week 2, the same video you send them on week 1, and that will be a sad thing, because we're making a lot of effort to having all these videos and all this content for you, and you ended up repeating the same one 4 times instead of sending 4 different ones, because you don't know what you are doing, or you don't have order in the way you are storing things. Remember, you need to make sure that you become very detailed. So this is the information. So email number 1, this video promotes video covering 4 reasons for life insurance. 4 reasons for life insurance. Now remember, the red, anything that you see in red is instructions or something that you need to modify. So in this case, the subject line is you might need life insurance in retirement. So in your email, that's the subject line that we recommend. That's the subject line that you're going to be using when you send this email. My recommendation for the time being, don't change anything. Later, you can become creative and you can start, when you take a course or you take a class on subject lines, which is a whole science, then you can start experimenting with other things. But for the time being, don't change anything. Use the subject line that we're giving you, okay? And you have it there. You might need life insurance in retirement. And then you have the body, and you have to make sure you enter the client's name here in red. Everything in red you're going to replace. Now, if you have 10 clients or 20 clients or 10 emails or 20 emails or 30 emails, you can do it manually. But eventually, and we're going to show you how you're going to master 1,000 emails, 5,000 emails, 10,000 emails. You cannot do that manually. So we have another course with the American Institute of Digital Marketing about tools to send many emails and how to manage sending 10,000 or 5,000 or 1,000 emails, okay, and how to keep track of the results associated with everything that you're doing. We started using these tools several years ago. Today, we send 60,000 emails per week. Right now, we're sending 60,000 emails per week with our tools, and our objective by the end of the year, we are hoping for and working for sending 900,000 emails per week. So in order for us to be able to send 900,000 emails per week, we need to have a very powerful tool in order to do that, and we need to know how to use that tool. Obviously, always staying compliant, respecting people, adding value, with all the elements associated of how you properly send 10,000 emails or 20,000 emails a week. You need to make sure that you are a very compliant individual to make sure you don't get in trouble and that you respect people. So again, if you're doing it manually, you can replace this client name here manually. So again, in fact, one of the things that I would recommend you to do, and I always recommend this, send one to yourself first and see how you get it and check it out before you start automatizing or sending hundreds of emails to people. And then you have another section here that says your contact information. So you're going to enter your contact information. So you're going to erase this part that is here in parentheses in red, and you're going to change it by your name and your phone number and your email address or your website. If you are working with us and you have already an e-commerce store with us, you can always add that address. Or if you already have one of the advanced packages with us, where you already have your own website and your own domains, you can include that there. So again, contact information, and then never take away the disclosures. The disclosures are very important as products for 20 years, 21 years now. And one of the things we brag about is how clean our business is. We don't get in trouble. And the reason why we don't get in trouble is because we make sure that we do everything the right way. So you do not take away any disclaimers or messages. You leave everything there. We don't want any problems with the carrier. We don't want any problem with anybody. Now, if we catch you doing any of that, you will be suspended. You will be eliminated from the program, because we don't want problems with anybody. So make sure you don't need to take some of this information out. It's all there to protect you. So think about that. Okay. So now one of the things that I want to do is you're telling the individual your need for life insurance doesn't necessarily stop when your work does. Watch this video to learn about 4 reasons, etc., etc. Okay? So I want to make sure I watch that video. So I'm going to click on it. Number 1, to make sure that the link is working. And number 2, to see what is it that I'm sending to my client. So I'm going to play the video. I'm playing the video. Okay? And that's the video that I'm going to be sending to the clients. Okay? It's going to take them to this other place. And I'm going to play this video here. So there you have it, okay? I would call that good content. That's nice piece of content for free, okay? So that's another important element here. Everything you're doing is not costing you money, and you're getting first quality type of content material to help you sell life insurance. So that's the video that we're going to send to people. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to email that email to my clients. Obviously, I'm going to just do a little exercise here. I'm going to send it to myself, but I want to, so I'm going to take the whole stuff. I'm going to take this here like this, okay, with the disclosure and everything, and I'm going to copy, and I'm going to go to my email account. So I have my email account already open. Hopefully, we have so many things open here that I need to make sure that I have my email account is open. Now let me see, probably on this side here. Yeah, here is my email. So I'm going to create a new message, and I'm going to paste the stuff that I just copied. So I'm going to take this subject line. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to take this subject line and I'm going to put it in the subject. You might need life insurance. I'm going to cut and paste this here in the subject line. Okay, so you might need, that's a subject. And then I'm going to take this body copy. I'm going to take that obviously out. And I'm going to say, dear Mr. Smith. So I'm going to take this client name out. And again, you have sophisticated tools that can do this. So, dear Mr. Smith. So this is how you would do it if you have just a few. And again, if you have a lot, if you're going to do more than, I would say, after you get more than 30 emails, it gets cumbersome to be sending emails manually, especially if you want to do it recurrently. So we'll show you in another training how to select an email marketing tool, and we'll show you the one that we use. We always recommend the one that we use because that's the one we master. That's the one that we really know about because we're using it all the time. But you can go ahead and use whatever tool, whatever carrier, whatever provider you want. Okay, but we recommend you to use the ones that we use. That way we are aligned. So now the contact information. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my contact information here, and and I'm going to cut it here and put it here. Paste. I'm going to take this out. Okay, so that's it, and that's it. That's my email. Okay, so I'm going to send it to myself, alcastellanos@prinsuco.com. I'm going to send it to myself, select it here. Okay, and that's it. I'm going to send it to myself. I want to make sure that everything is right. And there I got it. I just got my email. So I'm going to open it, and here is my email. Okay, and I click on the video, and it should play the video. If it doesn't play the video, that means that I did something wrong. There is the link to the video. You already saw the video, so I'm not going to play the video again. So that's how you execute a mashup using emails. So we just executed week number 1, our email campaign. You're going to do this in time horizons for the rest of your life, for different types of products, for different type of horizons, for different occasions. For example, you could have one thing that we have right now. You could have a checklist mashup of things that people need to do financially when things are happening. For example, if a hurricane is coming, you could start a checklist mashup saying, hey, things you need to consider financially when you are about to be hit by a hurricane. And you can just start a mashup that has a sequence of many different checklists, just to give you an idea of something. We have one, for example, when the pandemic arrived, we have one for that, okay? And we were not even talking about it because nobody thought that we were going to have what we had. But anyway, the point is that you can do that for many different things. So there you have it. You just executed week 1 or T1 email. Now, direct mail, we're not going to do it, but I'm going to show you what is it that we do with direct mails. If you want to do it, you can go ahead. It says there, download and customize with your contact info before you print it. Okay, and there is a flyer. Life insurance is cheaper than people think. In fact, it's cheaper than a cup of coffee. If you click on it, you should get a flyer. Okay, that's the flyer. Again, as I mentioned before, these are all geared and aligned with AIG. So in order for you to take full advantage of all of this, you would have to be appointed with AIG. Now, I wouldn't do it any other way. Let me tell you why. If you go and try to develop things like this by yourself, it's going to cost you literally in the thousands of dollars, especially because you cannot just have one thing. Remember, you're going to have to develop a bunch of content. So if you're going to try to develop things by yourself, it's going to cost you a lot of money. It's not worth it. It's not a good investment to do that. That's number one. Number two, we told you that we have a package where we have already developed a lot of material that we personalize for you. So there's no reason for you to try to go around, and try to develop it by yourself, because, hey, we have been developing this for several years now. We have developed a lot of resources, and we're giving you this for free. Basically, I'm going to show you the requirement. The requirement for you to have access to all of these things is to get contracted through us. That is basically the requirement that we do for that. So this is the flyer. It's already done, high quality flyer. So you could do a mail out of that. And here is the part where you would change your information. So you will go here and you will put your name. Okay. So you will do you put your name there, etc. And this is how you would do it. Okay. So so that's how you would do the flyer. Again, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do the flyer. We're not going to do the flyer. We're not going to do the flyer. And I'll show you what we can do about that. Okay, one second. Let me go back where we were. We are here. Let me go back here. One second, please. Okay. Start closing. I have too many things open now. I'm going to close the video. I'm going to close my email. I got a little. Okay, I'm going to close this the document. Okay, and let me go back here. Okay, let me just. I guess I closed it. So let me open it again. I'm going to go again to amidim.com. And let me go back. I'm going to log in again into my account. Again, if I go to my library here, I'm going to see my courses. I'm going to click in here. And these are my different courses. This is the one that we're doing right now, the Digital Marketing for Financial Professional Life Insurance Basics Mashup. So I'm going to start this course. I click here to start it. Okay. And there I am again. And I got a little. Okay. So here we are. And we are in time horizon 1 or week 1. So we are here. I'm going to click on it here. And I am again where I was. And by the way, the videos that you see normally in the course are the same videos that you're sharing with people. So we put it there for you to see it. But you also can download it to your computer. That's the one that you're going to be sending to people. So we use the same material all over the place for that time horizon. So you get very much familiar with everything you're doing. That's the video that you're going to be sending in time horizon number 1 in your email to your clients. Okay, so that's that part there. And again, we also have the links here on the download section. You can also download by not clicking on the links, but downloading directly the document. So we already executed email, and we already did, or you have the material to do a direct mail piece. You would download it, make sure that you change your information, enter your contact information, and take it to the printing company, FedEx or Kinko's or whoever, FedEx, Kinko's or whoever, and you can do an email. We can provide you with lists, to mailing lists. We will, as part of the package, you get mailing lists if you want to go that route, okay? So that's number 2. Okay, now, so we already did email, and we executed our email mashup for time horizon 1, and we executed our direct mail event for Time Horizon Now. Now we're going to go into LinkedIn and we're going to start posting in LinkedIn. Now, one of the things that you need to do in order to post in LinkedIn, you need to have an account in LinkedIn. We have another class, another course where we show you how to open an account in LinkedIn and how to do that and how to improve and learn about the LinkedIn platform. And every day that we're learning more about everything here, each one of these platforms is a world by itself. It's incredible. I was doing some training. I was receiving some training, not giving. I was receiving a whole training on Instagram stories, and it's incredible. You know, there's things there that I didn't even realize how you can combine. You know, you can do these incredible stories in Instagram, in anything that you want in this life, and you develop followers, and then you connect it with your blog and with your newsletter and with the YouTube channel, and it's incredible how the number of people keep building up. So again, if you want to learn about LinkedIn, there is another class on how to really master LinkedIn. That's not the topic today. What I want to do today is I want to make sure I post that into LinkedIn. So let me look at it. So first, let me look at what is it that I'm going to post. And if I just click in the what? In the bit.ly, this is the bit.ly. It's basically a link to a different place. If I post into that, okay, this is what I'm going to post in LinkedIn. If I click on it, let me just okay, you should go there. And that's it. Basically, that's a Giorgio. Hay una cámara con Giorgio. Excuse me 1 second, please. Pásate para acá. Okay. Okay. So sorry about that. So basically, this is what you're going to be. This is what you're going to be sharing in LinkedIn. Again, you need to have an account with in LinkedIn to do that. Okay. So let's do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open my LinkedIn account. One second, I'm going to do that. Okay, so let me make it smaller here. I'm going to sign in into my LinkedIn account. I have several LinkedIn accounts, so I'm going to, let me use the corporate account. Okay, so let me do that. I'm going to sign in. So that's my LinkedIn account. I have my LinkedIn account. Again, as I mentioned before, your LinkedIn account is a whole world that you have. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post into my LinkedIn account. One of the things that you want to do with LinkedIn, and we're going to look at that when we do the feedback section, is you want to have a lot of connections and you want to build your network, etc. So we're going to check on that. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a post. So I'm going to click here. I'm inside LinkedIn now, and I'm going to start a post. So I'm going to click here. And I'm going to go back to my Mashup. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this message here, and I'm going to copy and paste. Paste. Okay? And that's the LinkedIn message. Now, if you did it properly, you will see the image. So the LinkedIn will read the bit.ly, the shortener that you placed in the post, and it will bring up the image. Okay, so you need to make sure you see the document. In some instances, sometimes certain platforms cannot read directly, so you need to take the document download it to your computer, and then upload it as an image. That's another possibility. Whenever you cut and paste, you don't see the message right there that it pops up immediately. That means that the platform doesn't take the bit.ly directly. And in that case, you need to download the document to your computer and then upload from LinkedIn as an image into your message. Now, if you want to add something else to that, you can. Things like hashtags, for example, but I don't want to get into that today. We have a lot of material to cover, but this is how you do it. So I'm going to post into LinkedIn my message. And there we go. I just posted this message into LinkedIn. That's it. If I want, and it says post successfully, view it. If you click here, and obviously I'm seeing it already, but let me look at the message, and that is a message. So I just posted this message into LinkedIn. And again, what you want to do is you want to position yourself as somebody that is related and masters some specific topic. And you want to be consistent with the message that you are sending. So that would be how you would do it, how you would post on LinkedIn. And then, again, you can learn how to read the results, but we're not going to cover that today. So let me close my LinkedIn account. I don't want to have too many things open because we have too many things open right now. Let me get back to the American Institute of Digital Marketing. So there we have it. Okay, we have already executed our life insurance basics mashup for the email channel. We have executed our life insurance basics mashup for direct mail channel, and we have executed a life insurance basic mashup for the LinkedIn channel. Now we're going to do Facebook. And again, in Facebook, we're going to do the same thing. There is a bit.ly, there is a shortener, which is that one. I'm going to go scroll down here. And this is the message, okay, in Facebook. And this is the shortener. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to copy. I'm going to open my Facebook account. Now, in Facebook, I want to tell you a couple of different things. Okay, because I'm going to go into my Facebook account. And for your information, I have more than 30 different landing page or pages in Facebook. Okay, so let me just show you some of my, if I click here on manage pages, you see all the different pages. Let me show you here. All of these are pages that I have in Facebook. So basically, for every activity that I do, I create a page, which I understand it as a landing page. So for everything that I do, I have a specific page or website or landing page to send the people for this specific message to this specific page. So you're going to see multiple pages there. And you have to decide, okay, I am talking about life insurance. On which one of my pages am I going to post this message or this image? Am I going to do it in the one that is with my family, or the one where I'm learning how to read fast, or the one where I'm learning how to publish a book, or the one where I am recruiting, or the one where I'm selling annuities, or the one where I'm selling ACA, or the one where I'm trying to generate leads for Medicare preventive services? Where am I going to post this message? Then you need to develop a landing page specifically designed to sell life insurance. And we'll show you how to do that in another course, okay? But in this specific case, let's say I'm going to do it on let's say the Premier Insurance Contracts page. The Premier Insurance, I'm going to do it in the Premier Insurance Contract. So I have to select any one of the pages. So I'm going to just post it on my Premier Insurance Contracts page. And I'm going to paste the message there, the bit.ly. Okay? And again, if you don't see the image, that means that it didn't post properly. You should see the message. Now, you can add some comments to it, especially remember hashtag. There is a whole section on hashtags. So you need to make sure that you do that, okay? So now I'm going to post this message. Now, I'm not going to boost the post. I'm not going to spend the money promoting this post. I'm just going to post it. I will talk about, when we talk in another class about Facebook pages, the difference between boosting and organic growth and all these different things that are going to, elements that are going to help you make decisions with regard to that. So I'm going to basically post this message again. And so that's it. I just posted in Facebook the message. If I scroll down, you should see it there. There it is. Premier Insurance Contracts published by me just now. Here is the shortener, and this is the message. And it, all the information there. People can like it, people can comment on it, people can share it. You can boost the post. If you come up with something that is really good, then you can start spending some money promoting it. That's something you can do. Okay. So let's go back to our strategy. And we already executed the mashup for LinkedIn. We executed the mashup for LinkedIn. We already executed the mashup for Facebook. We already executed the mashup for Facebook. We already executed the mashup for direct mail. We already executed the mashup for direct mail. We already executed the mashup for email marketing. So we have been executing the mashup. We have been doing digital marketing in 4 channels. So let's go to the last channel. And in this case, the last channel is Twitter. And as we did with LinkedIn, basically you're going to cut and paste this message here. Now, let me tell you something. In many instances, you're going to see that the message is exactly the same and the bit.ly shortener is exactly the same. Do not post the Twitter message in Facebook or the Facebook message in LinkedIn, because in some instances, they don't read exactly the same way. That's why we put it there. If we repeat it, you just take the other one that we repeated and you cut and paste that one, because in some instances, it won't work. So make sure that you take the Twitter message, and that's the one you're going to post in Twitter. You take the LinkedIn message, and that's the one you're going to put in, in LinkedIn. So let me take this one. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to open my Twitter account. Again, we have another class where we will show you how to open a Twitter account and learn about Twitter and all the things in Twitter. So I'm going to log in into my Twitter account. And this is my Twitter account. So I'm going to just paste here. And you see in Twitter, as you see here in Twitter, the image did not appear. In Twitter, the image did not appear. So this is what I'm telling you, that sometimes the image will not appear. Twitter does not read directly the bit.ly shortener. So what you need to do is you need to take the image. So I'm going to do that right now, and I wanted to make sure that I could show you this. I'm going to take the image, okay? I'm going to go back to my, let me go here. Sometimes I get confused with so many things open. I'm going to go back to the American Institute of Digital Marketing, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the shortener, and I'm going to take this image. I'm going to save image as, okay? So I'm going to save this image, and I'm going to go to my document. Remember I told you to have some type of file where you have everything there. So I'm going to put it on the digital marketing, and I'm going to call it week 24 Twitter. That's the image that I'm going to use in week 24 for Twitter. I'm going to save it there. Now I go to Twitter, and I'm going to select to upload an image. So I'm going to select to upload an image. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go to Documents and Digital Marketing. And here is the image. and I'm going to open the image, and now it uploaded. So now I can tweet it. So again, this is what I was telling you, that in some instances, certain platforms do not read the shortener. And what you need to do is you need to download the image or the document or the content to your computer, and then from your computer, take it and tweet it. Now I'm going to tweet it. I'm going to tweet it. Your tweet was sent. View your tweet. So I'm going to, basically, that's the tweet. Okay. So again, we have already executed the mashup. Let me go back. So I'm going to close some of these things. And I see that I have a bunch of questions and a lot of messages in the chat. Unfortunately, we have so much material to cover and so many people there online that we cannot answer questions online, because if not, it will extend too long. This is by itself a long session. So what we do is you can contact us and send us the questions, and we will answer those questions afterwards. We have a lot of people and we have a lot of questions. So we don't answer the questions while we're doing the lecture here, because again, it's time consuming, and we have a lot of material to cover. So let me close my Facebook account also. Let me close this message here. Okay, let me go back here. Let me go back to my, okay. So there you have it. There you have it. We have executed the mashup. We have completed social media marketing for this week. Basically, we executed T1. We sent an email out. We have the materials to send some direct mail. We posted in LinkedIn. We've posted in Facebook, and we posted in Twitter. 5 channels.